This is the Pythonic Accountant, and what I have for you today is checking out ChatGPT's newest release of its code interpreter. Now, this is something I've been waiting for a while to get a look at, and I'm really excited to play with it. I've been doing a little bit of playing, and I have to say I am a little disappointed with how much trouble I've been having with it. And the biggest disappointment I have is GPT-4 gives this cap of 25 messages every 3 hours. And even when there's an error in the message on GPT's part, it still counts it against that cap. So I've run into a time where I've only been able to get a little bit of output, and then they give me this cap, which is a little frustrating, but I get it. Still in beta. They're still working out their kinks, so we'll see what happens. So as I've been trying to play around with this today, I've uploaded the file, and the way it's supposed to work is I type a message, and it runs its little code, a Python code that it writes, and it'll actually write it and run it in the background and give you this indicator that it's running, and then provide you with its response at the end. But what's been happening, and it'll probably happen again, is one of two things. One, it'll pretend like it is actually running Python code. It'll type the Python code out and then give you some fake crap response output. The other thing that's been happening is it will just loop over and over and over again saying, let's go take a look at this file, and then repeat over and over. So it'll probably do one of those two things, in which case I'll flip over to another tab where I did another analysis that I think you will probably enjoy. So let's try this one. This is a download file of the award data from USA Spending from the Department of Transportation of the current year's awards. So this will be kind of fun if we're able to play with it. So I'll say, please open this file with code interpreter and tell me some statistics about it. And was it going to work? Probably not. Okay, so that's correct that it should open the file. It's showing me some code that looks like Python. But it's not actually going to run it. So again, it's probably going to just fake this. See, it's not actually running any code because it's not giving me the little code running indicator here. So everything that it's doing here is just telling me the code that I should run. Oh, and look at this. I think it's repeating itself again. It's saying, oh, here's the Python code to run. Let's run this code to unzip it. So I'm going to stop generating because, again, it's broken. Hopefully ChatGPT will figure this out. Maybe I can even give them a thumbs down saying that I don't like this response. Thumbs down. Code interpreter not working correctly. It's giving me the code but not running it and just repeating. And this isn't helpful. And I won't say it's not true. Okay, so let's pop over to this other tab where I actually got it to run, and this is kind of fun. What I did was I took an idea that I had heard from a podcast I listened to where they did an analysis of Taylor Swift's amount of songs that she's recorded over the years in her career, and they ran a moving average to see how many songs she has recorded and released every year. And I've updated it because their podcast was beginning of last year or something. So I updated it through now with the release of Midnights and Speak Now, Taylor's version, of course. And so what I did was I grabbed this data. I forget where I grabbed it from. I think from Wikipedia. And basically gave it this kind of table. And I said, hey, here is a limited, and this is the wrong word, I just was voice dictating it misunderstood me, but that's okay. Here is a table of Taylor Swift studio albums, including the ones she recorded. I want you to create a 2-year moving average of the number of songs she recorded per year, and then create a visualization of it. And I'll later change that to a 4-year moving average. But look, this is what it's supposed to look like when the code interpreter is running. It will say running, and then it'll say finish work. You can open it up and have it show you the work, and this shows you the actual Python code. But because it's inside this little window, I know it's actually running it. And this is the cool part. It will run this code to do a plot and actually display the plot on the screen, and all I see in the output is this plot. So really cool. It shows me the 2-year moving average of songs written per year. You can see it pops way up in this year. But, I was like, you know what? I don't like that the years are, floats. Let me see if I can get him to fix it. Or her, ChatGPT, I don't know. It's a guy or a girl. I'll say it. I'll get it to fix it. So I said, okay, that's good, but let's make the year an integer and let's change it to a 4-year moving average. And boom, super easy. I was able to do that. It changed it to an integer and made it a 4-year moving average. So really cool. And you can see in 2021, it kind of pops up to an average of almost double what Taylor Swift had been doing annually previously. And then what I did was kind of fun. I said, are there any other interesting insights you can gain from this data? And so this is where I think the real value comes in. I guess it's really both. It's, you don't even have to write code and you can get a really nice visualization from data. So that's really cool, part number one. Then part two is you get the ChatGPT or GPT-4 insights. And so when I say, are there any insights you can, draw from this? It's variation in productivity. Yep, that's a good insight. There are a few highly productive years. That's good. And then the trends, the 4-year moving average, is that smooth view of output over time. There's an upward trend, and that's right. However, it indicates there was that lower productivity in 2017 and 2019. And then periods of inactivity, again, focusing on that 2014 to 2017. And it gives you the caveat. Love's giving you those caveats. And so I did try to get it to do this with color coding. It ended up having an issue and not displaying it. Maybe if I go back, it'll show me. Looks like it won't. It would be kind of cool. I wonder if I can try to rerun it. I'm sure it's not going to work because of the same issues we were having in the other ones. But yeah, now it looks like instead of actually running code, it's just writing a bunch of garbage. So this isn't going to be helpful. But anyways, this is the beta version of ChatGPT's GPT-4 with Code Interpreter. It's pretty awesome. If it starts working again, definitely give it a try. I'm going to be hopefully recording a ton of videos on this as long as it works again, as I kind of dive into where we can really use this from an accounting standpoint. I really think it can be a game changer in the world of accounting. Just like when Python first started, this is sort of that next level up where you don't even really need to know how to do Python that much to at least do some simple stuff. You just need to be able to kind of gut check it and maybe take a peek at the code to make sure it doesn't do anything too funky. But pretty awesome, pretty exciting. If you have any thoughts, please leave it in the comments, and we'll see you guys at the next one.